There are some places to visit and think, yes, this is beautiful. And then there are places where you simply stop talking for a moment. Blue Lagoon in Malta is one of those places. Look at that water. Today, I'm taking with me to one of Malta's most famous sites, the Blue Lagoon on the island of Comino. And I have to say, as someone who grew up in Kenya and has lived in the UK for many years, I'm always fascinated by beautiful places around the world. But this one really caught my attention. So let's see what the Blue Lagoon is actually like. Getting to the Blue Lagoon is part of the experience. We are heading towards Comino, a small island sitting between Malta and Gozo. And already you can see that Malta has something very special about it. The Mediterranean light, rocky coastline, the blue sky. And then, of course, as you get closer to Comino, the color of the sea starts changing. At first it's blue, then lighter blue, and then suddenly turquoise. You know, when you're watching travel videos, sometimes you wonder whether the colors have been enhanced. Well, I can tell you, when you see this water in person, you understand why people come here. For that, the water is incredibly clear, and the contrast between the white limestone, the deep blue sea, and that almost tropical iridescent is fantastic. For someone coming from the UK, there's something quite special about standing here, behind the grey skies and unpredictable weather, and suddenly you are surrounded by sunshine and Mediterranean blue. Although, I suppose if you're from Kenya, like me, you might not be quite as impressed by the sunshine. But even from Kenya, I have to admit, this is beautiful. The main attraction here, of course, is the water. And this is where Blue Lagoon really earns its reputation. The water is so clear that you can see beneath the surface from quite a distance. People come here to swim, snorkel, relax, and simply enjoy the scenery. And I think that's one of the things I like about places like this. You don't necessarily need to do anything. Sometimes you just sit down, look at the sea, and appreciate where you are. As a person in my 50s, I've probably reached a stage where I'm quite happy to enjoy the scenery before somebody suggests jumping off a rock. But if swimming is your thing, you'll certainly have plenty of opportunities here. Just remember that this is a very popular destination. For peace and quiet, timing a visit is going to be important. Now, one thing you have to notice very quickly at Blue Lagoon is that this is not some hidden little Mediterranean secret. It's popular, very popular. There are boats everywhere. People swimming, people taking photographs, people searching for that perfect Instagram shot. And of course, everybody wants the same thing. A little piece of that beautiful blue water. But actually, I actually think the energy adds something to the experience. There is music, there is laughter, there are people from different countries. And for me, that's one of the great things about traveling. You go somewhere completely different from your home, and suddenly you're surrounded by people who have come for the same reason, to see something beautiful, to have a good time, and to make a memory. From Kenya, I have always had a great appreciation for the ocean. Kenya has some extraordinary coastline, from Mombasa to Diani and beyond. So when I come somewhere like Malta and see this Mediterranean water, I naturally make comparisons. The landscapes are completely different, the culture is different, the coastline is different, but there's something universal about being inside the sea. It makes you slow down, makes you breathe. And perhaps as we get older, we appreciate that more. When you're younger, you're always rushing to the next attraction, destination. But sometimes the best travel memories are simply the moments when you stop, look around, and think, I'm really lucky to be here. And Blue Lagoon isn't just about the water. The island of Comino itself is fascinating. It's small, rugged, and very different from Malta that many visitors want. landscape dominated by limestone rocky paths and not that unmistakable Mediterranean vegetation. Everywhere you look, there seems to be another view, another shade of blue, another boat passing in the distance. If you have time, it's worth looking beyond the immediate lagoon and taking in the wider surrounding, because sometimes we become so focused on the famous attraction that we forget to look around it. And believe me, there's plenty to see. So, is Blue Lagoon worth visiting? For me, yes, absolutely. If you love clear blue water, beautiful scenery, if you love clear water, beautiful scenery, boat trips and Mediterranean sunshine, this I would definitely recommend experiencing. But I would say this: come with realistic expectations. You're not going to have the place completely to yourself. It is famous for a reason, and with popularity comes crowds. But think about what kind of experience you want. If you want the lively atmosphere, you probably enjoy it. If you're looking for quiet experience, consider visiting at a less busy time and exploring beyond the busiest part of the lagoon. Either way, make sure you take a moment to actually look at the water. Don't spend the entire visit looking at it though. Don't spend the entire visit looking at it through your phone. Trust me, some things are better seen with your own eyes. As we start to leave the Blue Lagoon, I'm looking back at the day and thinking about how lucky we are to be able to travel from Kenya to the UK and now here in Malta. Different countries, different culture, different scenes. Every journey gives us something. Sometimes it's a photograph, sometimes it's a story, and sometimes a simple feeling that stays with you long after you've gone home. For me, Blue Lagoon is one of those places. For me, Blue Lagoon is one of those places. That color of the water, I'm not sure I'll forget soon. So that was my day at the Blue Lagoon in Comino, Malta. If you've been here before, I'd love to know what you thought. And if you're planning a trip to Malta, I hope this video has given you a little taste of what you can expect. Enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to it. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. You may consider subscribing, and let me know in the comments where you like me to try next. Until next time, keep exploring, keep enjoying, and don't forget to stop occasionally and admire the view. See you in the next one.
Sunny. This is very sunny. So if you come here, Blue Lagoon, you need to be prepared that this place is crowded. And on this small island, there is actually no trees. You can find some shade. It's full of shrubs. I'll show you the shrubs. There you see, it's full of these shrubs. This place is rocky. So come prepared, be ready for the sun. That's an old British prison. An old British prison that you can see there. Try to see if I can find it for you. Yeah, that's an old British prison. As you can see, the party is going on. All those boats are people who have come to enjoy. And on that side you can swim to that tiny little beach on the other, the cave on the small island. Yeah, so yeah, I think Malta, personally think it's one of the best places that you can visit. Very calm, very safe, and actually affordable. Compared to other European cities, Malta is actually affordable. There's everyone in the Blue Lagoon having fun. So get your boat and come. Hire one If not, take the public ferry. Whichever way you get here, be ready for the party. Be ready for the party. That's the Blue Lagoon. Clear blue waters. Clear blue waters. Party, party, party. Party. This is time to party, man. So as you can see, people having fun. Sailing, paragliding. Let's see if we can walk this way a bit.